Transcripts are the secret sauce when it comes to AI. Now, I know people throw around this term AI, and what all AI really means is that there are some tasks that were typically thought to be human required, and a big one is transcription, right? Transcription means I'm speaking out words to you in audio or video, and I turn them into text. And when you turn spoken words into text, you can read them faster, read them in different formats, skip to specific items, and what's even better is once you turn spoken words into text, you're taking something that does not take you a lot of time to get out. Like if you were to write 9,000 words, how long would that take you? It's like 30 pages worth. It would take you days, weeks. But 9,000 words is just an hour of speaking. And the thing about getting things transcribed is the software for so many years was so bad. It was like every third word was wrong. But because of the invention of AI, or the mainstreaminess, if that's a term, it turns out that AI is really good at guessing, because with transcripts, some words are taken out incorrectly, or you say a word and it's like, well, is it spelled this way or have that meaning? But with large language models, LLMs like ChatGPT, they kind of connect words together so they can look at the larger context and get a transcript almost exactly right. Now, what does that mean for you? Well, it means that there's a tool that I like a heck of a lot called Otter.ai. And me as a podcaster, I can turn the Zoom calls I have into many different formats, because ChatGPT, what's the acronym? Generative Pre-trained Transformer, right? ChatGPT, what does the GPT stand for? Generative Pre-trained Transformer. And what I take that to mean is that it can transform text from one type to another. And if you speak out, say, a 20-minute podcast, it can transform that into some small tweets or to some small ideas for short videos. It can transform that 20 minutes into an attention-getting title for YouTube, or it can transform into a search engine optimized blog post. It can summarize the best talking points that were spoken. And so I use Otter.ai, which I'll show you in a minute. I also use Read.ai, which is, and there's so many AI tools, and I'm resistant to most new tools, but this one, it automatically joins your Zoom calls and automatically transcribes and sort of sorts them. And so this one, like, I have these different meetings, and if I go to this front page, like, I have these different meetings that I've had, and if I go, I want the type to be meeting reports, and some are just like one-on-one catching up with friends, but some are sales calls, and it somehow knows, because it automatically transcribed and ran through AI, like, hey, well, was this a consultation or was this a sales call? And then it kind of puts it in this folder. So without me having to do anything, like when you join Zoom and sometimes little bots join. So this bot joins and I don't have to do anything to help it. And it automatically gives me a folder with all these transcripts of all these sales calls. And what can I do with this? Well, I can go and say, download the meeting transcript. And I don't really care much about like the summaries they generate. I know what I want to do with it. And I can generate this transcript, and I think you can even maybe talk to it directly, but I'm more old school. I like to have my own control over it, and I can upload this to ChatGPT, and I can say, well, where did we leave off? When was I supposed to follow up with this person? And even better, what are some content ideas? Because I think that if you want to be a content creator, and I think you should. I think that you should have some free information out there so that others can discover you. It's tough to just think of topics out of thin air. You look at what are the competitors doing, but hey, you get on a sales call. If that's promising, if that's someone who's about to buy, if that's someone who does buy, hey, there's some gold nuggets in there, right? There's some things that some needs they expressed and some information you shared in response that is helpful to others and that might help them on its own, but also might attract more of the sales calls you're looking to attract. What a concept. Use your sales calls as a way to generate content. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So here's the thing. Otter.ai, I believe it's $12.95 a month. And what you do is you get an account, you go to import, and you just browse for any audio or video file that you create. And so as far as getting the talky talk out, the spoken words to text, there's basically 3 ways I have for you today. One is ChatGPT, right? And with ChatGPT, like you can type or you can use your phone, but there are these 2 icons, which is dictation and voice. So voice means that you spar back and forth. You have a spoken chat back and forth. And I love driving and hands-free, and I just set my phone on voice chat. And if I have a long car ride or something, I can just talk with it back and forth. And then at the ends, have it summarize or give me the best parts of our conversation. So that's what this chat is. But this dictate, this is where you can just speak out the words. And so what I'm doing here, I have this thread where about every day, I need to make another email broadcast about my done for you podcasting offer. And so I get a different idea, like, ooh, I talk about like AI discoverability, and then I say make another email about this. And if you didn't like to do all kinds of typing, you can just click on dictate. Can you suggest to me 5 other possible angles or hooks about these emails that I'm sending, perhaps an approach I have not yet considered? And that's basically like free transcription, right? You speak that out. But if you're speaking out like 20 minutes or you're reusing a podcast or a video recording, that's just not going to work. And that's when you use Otter, and you just go and you browse files, and then you upload any video or audio file up into this. And you click on browse and it uploads. And what it gives you is, so for example, here is a video that I just recently recorded. And I use this program I'm showing to you now. It might not, I don't know if it's showing or not, but it depends on my settings. If I say, I don't know, one of these checkboxes is like hide the recording. But anyways, this hide OBS windows and screen capture. Good, it's turned off so you can see what I'm doing here. So this is just a free program called OBS, and I can just click on the recording button and speak out a video. And I also recommend Riverside, and technically you can record a solo video on Riverside as well. But anyway, you record a video some way, somehow, right? And you upload it, and it gives you this summary. And again, for some reason, I don't really like the summaries all these tools use, but I do like the transcript. And here's the thing, is this is all just me speaking, but if you had you and a guest, it would have them like one after another. And you can click on this and you can tag your different guests, and you could clean up the transcript, but I'd rather just leave that to AI. So here's the thing, is I upload this into Otter, and once I do, and you can like chat with the AI right here as well. So you can actually say things like, turn this into an SEO optimized title for YouTube, and it will look at your transcript and it will do that. But I personally prefer to use my own AI tools. But technically, hey, there we go. So we're putting this video uploaded as a YouTube video in a moment, and hey, maybe we can do that. Or we can say something like, write me a detailed keyword optimized YouTube description for this, including timestamps. So I never really quite trust the timestamp aspect of it, but technically, hey, you could get all of your output using this. And so if we think in terms of that generative pre-trained transformer, then we could look at all this. This is all has all the right keywords, all the right things you want to say for YouTube, the tools you mentioned, even I mentioned my DFY podcast. So it's like kind of all of that all in one place, right? We could, and so let's say I was making like a graphic for this, right? I use Canva. and it was also $12 a month. All these AI tools are $12 a month. Canva, you can it's almost like Photoshop. You can like create graphics. So you can say, write or give me the top 3 to 5 most helpful bullet points from this. And you can use those bullet points to then create a graphic. You could say, write me 5 tweets that fit within the character limit based on this. So we talk about a repeatable workflow, use Riverside instead of Zoom, guest intake form, shared promo folder. We can put that out. We can say, script me a 59-second video script for me to record a TikTok about either the whole video or one specific piece of content. Include an amazing hook in the first 5 seconds and get their attention in the first 15 seconds. And spoken word is about 100 to 150 words per minute to be on the safe side. So when we say 15 seconds, a quarter of a minute, we're talking about like the first 25 words or so. And here we go. You don't need more ideas for content. You need a system that forces you to publish every week without burning out. And imagine if I just like grabbed my phone and recorded the TikTok right then and there. So can you see the possibilities here? So once you get a video or an audio transcribed, then amazing things can happen. And like I said, I usually just like to use ChatGPT. That way I have all my stuff all in one place. And so once we put this in Otter, we go to the top. It's weird how they have like two
content. Well, you need to increase both.
And you can play it back and all that, but they have these 3 dots. We want the very top 3 dots, and then we export. So I export, and I make sure to uncheck remove Otter branding, and I only ever care about a text export and also an SRT, a subtitle file. So I go here, and you can kind of tell how it puts in timestamps where it can. It doesn't put in timestamps like that often, but kind of enough. So we export that. And then I go up here and export a second time, and I can make this an SRT, which is a subtitle file, which is important when we upload any video to YouTube. We want to upload the MP4 video plus the SRT, and the SRT is this, but it has the timestamps and it has like a lot more in it. It's like this ugly looking file, and it's like, you know how if you watch like a TV show with timestamps, it shows like half a sentence and it takes it away half a sentence. The subtitle file is that exactly. It says have this bit from 30 seconds to 33 seconds and have this bit from 35 seconds to 37 seconds. It's like a more specific transcript. And so we exported the text transcript and we exported the subtitle file. And what I'll do is I'll do a new chat and I'll upload both. I'll upload the, where did that end up? We upload the text file and the SRT file. And then I'll go, and so something else is I like Google Docs, which is like Microsoft Word, and I like the tabs because I can kind of have like sub documents here. And so I have this 45 pager that I've just refined over the many months where it steps through and like detects time codes, figures out a like YouTube thumbnail, and just goes and creates the title, show notes, all those things. And so I'm about to run all this long stuff just so you know what I'm doing, but I could just upload these 2 files here, and I could say create an image, and I can say based on what I spoke out here, create an attention-getting thumbnail for YouTube. Let's see what it comes up with. And while that's cranking away, let's say that I wanted to have a photo of me in the video. What I can do is I can go to this video that I previously recorded using OBS, And here we go. There's two of me. And I can say video take snapshot, and it put it in see users pictures. And so once this comes up, it says I'll create a generic male host. So after it creates this, I'll upload the photo of me, and it'll give us a couple of choices for YouTube thumbnails. Now, what's a YouTube thumbnail? Well, when we go to YouTube, you see that there are all these videos that we could play, but it puts these, and usually there's like a person and then text in giant attention-getting letters, so we'll have it create this for us. That way we don't have to go through the time and the trouble. Here we go, just that fast. And then if I say, well, I want to be, ooh, it's still refining it. So that's amazing. We can see it as it comes together. So once this is done, I'll upload a photo of me and I'll say, can you substitute me as the man? Okay, all done. We took 2 minutes because we put it on extended thinking mode. And I'll just go and add a new file again. And we'll go and we'll find that screenshot I just made. And we'll say, use this photo, me, as the person in the thumbnail. Okay, there we go. So now it substituted me. I guess I can live with that. And so you can see how you've seen so many examples so far of how you upload a transcript and you can transform it in different ways. And so what I'll do is, just to make sure that it's still working off of that and not off of the image, I'm going to give it all these steps for YouTube. I'm going to have it figure out the time codes. It will figure out, let's see, what else? It'll figure out keywords. It will find URLs that are mentioned even offhandedly in the conversation. It will narrow down titles. It'll figure out YouTube tags, and then it'll give it all to me in one place where I can upload and set all these settings in YouTube. And as you can see, sometimes when it thinks for like 2 minutes, 5 minutes, I'm like, whoa, cool. By it just the computer doing its thing for a couple of minutes, it saved me 30, 60, 90 minutes of me doing this on my own, perhaps sometimes repetitively and in a way that might not scale. So here we go. We're going to run all of this. I think it's like 45 pages worth, 5,000 words worth of all these prompts, and it's going to crank out the YouTube time codes, tags, titles, and so much more for me. And while that cranks away, I want to go on another tangent and show that one of my fun experiments with AI lately is to create simple reports or simple one-pagers and take ideas and spar back and forth with AI and figure out like, well, hey, should we fit this into a page? Should we talk about this on page 2 and this on page 3? Should we create this table and these icons and this graphic? And so I just wanted to geek out on that because it's so much fun just to think about and use your brain and figure out how can this raw content, the transcript, the subtitles be turned into the thumbnails, the YouTube description, the TikTok script, and so on. And let's see, looks like our work is done. And so if I walk you through all this stuff, I use special software called ChatGPT Q. I think it's $12. Not a monthly, just one time, and it's a Chrome plugin, and it will just run one prompt after another. And I asked AI, and if you contact me on LinkedIn, if I'm Robert Plank on LinkedIn, I'll give you these 45 pages that you just paste into this plugin, and it runs like 7 prompts. And it just goes through, and it finds the important time codes, and then it builds the chapters based on the time codes. And instead of guessing, because I've seen some AI tools say like 9 minutes exactly, 10 minutes exactly, this finds like the exact minute and second. And when this ends up on YouTube, you can just click on it and it will jump to that part of the video. So that's helpful. And then it goes and figures out like viewer intent. So it looks up like, who's the audience? What keywords describe them? What might they have been searching in the search bar to find us? And what do they want after watching our video? So it really like thinks all this through, like types of viewers. it figures out all kinds of stuff with keywords, and you can see how it's like creating a huge mess in these early steps, right? It's like looking up links and look at all this mess, look at all that. But then in the later steps, it turns it into something that's much shorter. So it does all this stuff, and then the final step here is just to give it to me in one place. And here's what it gave me. It gave me a title, alternative title, tags for YouTube settings, a description that fits within the YouTube character limit. It's all done for me. So all I have to do now is go to YouTube. I go to create, upload video, and select files. We record the file that, or we select the file that we just recorded, which was Calendly and Riverside. And heck, after this video that we're recording right now is done, I'll do the same process for this one. And then we go and we just copy some of these things out. So use Calendly and Riverside. Ooh, and it gave us an alternate title. So we'll just click on A/B testing, and we'll also test this other title and see if this other one gets better traction. Then we grab the description. Oh, and we'll use the tags in a moment. So we grab the description, and that goes, hopefully that pastes okay. And then we'll upload that thumbnail we made. Darn it, I just realized I had my my video recording paused. My mistake. So what we did is we finished creating all of these all of this AI generation. We set through all these steps, we found time codes, keywords, and we ended up with a title, alternate title, tags, and description. So I uploaded the thumbnail we made, added the title, add the description, and then we'll say show more. And then in the tags, we'll grab all of the tags they generated for us. And then in the next step, most people forget about subtitles on their YouTube videos. So click on add, and then upload with timing that SRT that we also saved. So here's the SRT file. And now we've taken care of the things that AI wants for discoverability. And now we have done what we can to make sure that we're keyword optimized. So if someone is looking into how to use Calendly and Riverside for their podcast, like in this video we created, we've done as much as we can to have an attention-getting graphic, attention-getting title, the proper keywords and the tags and the descriptions. We've done everything we can. And then what we can just go all day long. We can say, well, to put this back in thinking mode, create a 200-word promo email for me to blast to my email list about this. And we'll say, so even though this is still uploading, we'll get the YouTube link, and we'll make it public as soon as it is done in 58 seconds. And we'll say the link is, and we'll give it the YouTube link. So that will create a persuasive email that I can send to my list. See, that's all done. They even gave us like a subject line, and then we'll say, write a compelling LinkedIn post that conforms to all attention-getting best practices. And so we're just generating new types of content for this. We'll find the most important quotes. We'll find the best tweets. So as that's cranking out, let's say I wanted to make some graphics for this. We'll say find the top 5 useful quotes from the original that I can use to create graphics, quote cards for Instagram. And just keep on cranking new types of content all day long to post to different platforms to appeal to different types of people. And as that's done, so it's still processing, but it's online. And what we can do here is we can click on the copy button. We can go to LinkedIn. So we don't want to write a whole article, but we do want to start a post. And any attention-getting post on social media, if you haven't noticed, includes a photo, includes a graphic, not just text. And that used to be quite a chore, but now we just go and I'll grab this one of me that we made for the YouTube thumbnail. Who cares if we're reusing the YouTube thumbnail, right? And then once that's done, click on next, and then kind of clean it up a little bit and make it a little less AI-ish. Make that I'll make that list. Ooh, and I'll make that like a numbered list. So we do a little bit of a human pass to it, don't we? And we say 5, 6. And sometimes I will not have a link. It's kind of like social media common sense to just have the text and then say like link in the comments. But I like to mix it up. So I think we'll keep the YouTube link in there just this time. So now we have a post, and now we've turned our raw content into many different forms. And now it looks like just all the other posts on LinkedIn. We put a YouTube video online. We created additional marketing materials, but it all began because we used this tool called Otter.ai. And we took our video or recorded audio, uploaded it, transcribed it, and then dumped it out into text and SRT form. And I mean, sometimes I'll take those transcripts and I'll talk to it. Like I said, the sales calls, I say, hey, what are the next steps here? Or sometimes I'll clean it up some and I'll say, hey, can you break down this text into question and answer form, bolding the questions and bolding the important keywords. That way I can easily understand what was said. And it's an amazing tool, but it begins by getting your video and audio transcribed and putting it to use, transforming it. So check out Otter.ai. It's an amazing AI tool for transcripts. And once you get bit by the podcasting and content bug, contact me and my team. dfypodcast.com. You create the content, you make the videos, and then we do all this work that I've shown you. We create the blog posts, the social posts, put it on YouTube, all the optimization, all the keywords, we put it to use. We have a workflow of all these different tools, plus humans in the loop, making it better and making you the person that appears everywhere and is consistent. Robert Plank, dfypodcast.com. We'll see you soon.